after MicroStrategy purchased 18,000 more Bitcoin, and a recent report by River on Bitcoin owner distribution, especially across businesses. I think it's something to discuss on who holds Bitcoin for both understanding what Bitcoin is, Bitcoin's history, and where it's going to go in the future. First off, there's 21 million Bitcoin in total ever to exist, with 19,750,000 available today across all owners of Bitcoin. So this Bitcoin ownership distribution is kind of the best guess we have today. It's made by River. They are an exchange in the USA, definitely have a lot of data, can trust them. Bitcoin is public for all to view. You can see how much Bitcoin is on what address, totally for free. However, it is anonymous until you raise your hand and say, I own this Bitcoin. So a lot of this graph is based on public ownership or public disclosure of, yes, I own this point. So the first category is Satoshi's coins. This is over 900,000 Bitcoin. It's also called the Patoshi patterns. These are patterns that you can see that probabilistically he was the one mining and they haven't moved since and been sent to his wallet. So that's our best guess on how much he owns, or whoever he is, would be the richest man in the world today. It's worth $77 billion. I think that's one of the most underrated things of Bitcoin is the richest man in the world is currently unknown or doesn't have access to those funds. Second big category here is lost by estimation. So this is essentially how much Bitcoin has been lost forever. Now, what lost means, it's not like into the ether. Essentially, every Bitcoin lives on an address, and every address has a public-private key pair. If you lost that private key, that's how you unlock it and send it to someone else. It's essentially stuck forever. And this is how much Bitcoin is stuck forever by estimate. There's great stories about people who have lost it in a dumpster and spent millions trying to find it. Your private key may be on a phone, it may be on a laptop, it may be written down in your seed phrase, and you've just lost it. It's stuck there until you find it again. Essentially, it's like finding grains of sand in the universe. Second here is individual. So this is our best guess from 0.00001 Bitcoin all the way up to hundreds of Bitcoin. These are individual addresses that are estimated to be held by the individual person. Next category here is businesses, and this is what this whole report is regarding. 3% of the supply have been businesses who have raised their hands saying, yes, I own Bitcoin. This is companies like Reddit, MicroStrategy, Tesla. They have all raised their hand and said, yes, we own Bitcoin. Many companies are private, don't have to disclose it, but if you're public, you'd have to disclose those holdings. Currently today, MicroStrategy holds 244,000 Bitcoin. So they're currently in the lead of public companies who hold Bitcoin. Second here is ETF. This is the Bitcoin ETF that has been making so much noise this year. And they are holding about 5% of the supply. And the last category that's pretty interesting is government. So over 500,000 Bitcoin. You can see from this chart that both El Salvador and Bhutan have publicly said, we own this much Bitcoin. El Salvador with 5,000, Bhutan with 600. They have publicly said, we hold this on behalf of our country for savings purposes, for uses. Other companies like USA, Britain, Germany, China have all confiscated this amount of Bitcoin. Now, recently, Germany has been selling it off, so they're down to only 5,000 coins left. This is big news come July. The last category you could mine for. So every 10 minutes, there's 3.125 Bitcoin available to be mined. And you can join that by plugging in your miner, playing the lottery, or joining mining pools to get pieces of that action every 10 minutes. I think it's just very interesting to see who holds Bitcoin. It really gives us that story of where Bitcoin's going to go in the future. If we really pay attention to how Bitcoin is held, how these groups hold Bitcoin. If we saw Satoshi's coins move, it would cause a stir in the market for sure. If individuals started to hold more Bitcoin, the decentralization would increase in Bitcoin and the strength of it, as there's more and more users online who are distributing the network. If more and more businesses and governments got it, would they all together work to help Bitcoin's growth and create rules to help Bitcoin's adoption? Governments start to follow Germany and they slowly get rid of all their Bitcoin over time and don't hold any publicly. With no skin in the game, they could make up rules that really hurts Bitcoin because it doesn't really matter to them. They can print as much as they want. If you like this video, let me know. I have other videos on my channel on how to use Bitcoin, how to hold Bitcoin, where to buy it. If you have any questions, need help, let me know. Happy to help in any way, and thanks for watching.